Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Good morning everybody. My name is Wildy Ahmad Fayadhi from Academic Speaking Class 3A. I'm student of Universitas Lambung Mangkurat. They have been do some student exchange of PMM3 to Universitas Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa. Here I'm going to talking about an article. The title is Study Abroad's Contribution to Critical Thinking and World Citizenship. So from my analysis of this kind of article, there are consists of three main parts. The first is opening, that is talking about what is the article talking about, who are the authors, and why this article is beneficial for us, or why the author want to create this kind of article. And the second part is body, that is talking about my analysis of this kind of article that consists of benefit of studying abroad, development of critical thinking and creativity, importance of fostering cosmopolitanism, and three proposal to answer intellectual growth. And the last is closing part, which consists my personal comment about this kind of journal, talking about my own experiences toward the people that is studying abroad. And also the second is my further action, that is my planning to study abroad in the future. Okay, guys, moving to the first part of this kind of analysis. The first is opening part. So what is this kind of article talking about? So yeah, this article is talking about reasons why studying abroad is beneficial, why studying abroad is contributive or deal the great contribution for individual itself and also for the society and the country around them, that is beneficial for critical thinking and also creative thinking, and also why the reasons studying abroad will be admittable as world citizenship. And also, who are the author of this kind of journal? So this article is made by Min Nguyen. I'm sorry for my mispronouncing. And this article also articulates and defends theses of Richard Paul and Linda Elder. So the author is in this kind of article, Min Nguyen, do some researcher, which the researcher subject is the personal experience from Richard Powell and Linda Elder that have been studying abroad. And also why this kind of article written and why this kind of article is beneficial for some readers like us. So this article is written to show certain impact, to show certain research, certain benefit, to prove that studying abroad can enhance, can improve, and also can foster both creativity and critical thinking. So why both creative and critical thinking? Both creative and critical thinking, we can improve that to realize two different ideas. The first idea is Socratic ideal of rationality, and the second idea is Diogenian ideal of cosmopolitanism. So guys, do you feel dizzy now about two different ideas? So yeah, I will explain for you. The first is the Socratic ideal of rationality. So what is the Socratic ideal of rationality itself? The Socratic ideal of rationality itself consists of cultivating or growing fair-minded mindset, creative and critical individuals and society, which is often associated, which is always related with the philosopher Socrates, the famous Greek philosopher, and his emphasis on questioning and critical thinking. So this kind of idea is to improve our thinking to be critically and to be creativity and fair-minded, as Socrates Socrates think. And the second idea is the Diogenian ideal of cosmopolitanism. So the Diogenian ideal of cosmopolitanism involves cultivating or growing citizens of the world and promoting a sense of belonging to a single global community. So this kind of idea involves that we are from the society is one. we are from different country, we are from different region, will become unite with this kind of idea, which is all society are same, and we should grow up a sense of belongings to a single global community, which means we should be more tolerance and more adaptive to another country, to another different culture in this kind of the world. So that is the part of the opening from this kind of article. So yeah, moving on to the body of my speech. So there are 4 analyses from myself toward this kind of article. For the first is benefit of studying abroad, which is consists that why studying abroad experience positively to individual and country and society itself. And secondly is why development of critical thinking and creativity matters. And third is the importance of fostering the idea of cosmopolitanism, which is related to the Diogenian ideal of cosmopolitanism that I have already explained before. And the last is the 3 proposals to ensure or to make a guarantee that your intellect will be growth if you are studying abroad with these 3 proposals. So moving on to benefit of studying abroad. According to this kind of journal, the studying abroad always experience positively have the positive impact to the individual personal, academic, and professional lives. So this kind of article also proves that from the many experts, from the many researchers, that the people that have been studying abroad will be impactful for their individuals. Why? Because yeah, if you are studying abroad in the far away from your own hometown, which means you have different region, right? You have different culture and you have different language and different society. There is 180-degree different with your own hometown people, with your own hometown surrounding, right? Which means you should have the sense of surviving to be survive in another country. For example, you should not bring your own identity. You should not bring your own negative customization of your own culture to the another culture. For example, Indonesia has bad culture to littering or throwing away the trash. You should not try to do it in the Singapore, because the Singapore has strict culture, has strict rules for not doing the littering. Otherwise, you will get the paid expensive paid for that, right? So yeah, from my analysis, it also stated that claims from the expert to prove that study abroad will enhance also self-confidence, maturity, tolerance for ambiguity, intercultural understanding, academic commitment and career development in participant. So yeah, why studying abroad enhance the confidence first? So if you are going studying abroad, you should be confident. You should be brave to speak to another people, right? Otherwise, if you always silent to another country, how you will be survive? For example, if you want to buy household matters, for example, want to buy food, for example, you should be brave to show your English, for example, if you are studying in America, to show your Japanese, for example, if you are studying in Japan, for example, so that your confidence as long as will be developed in the end of the day, right? And also the second is maturity. Maturity, which means that your thinking, your mindset is not be childish anymore, because it is when you're studying abroad, you will be separated from your own family, right? You will be separated from your own parents, which means you should be your own self, and you should be putting anything on your own command. You should be independent, and also will increase your maturity. And the third is tolerance for ambiguity, which is ambiguity meaning here is the something that is contra with your own thinking. For example, if you are conservative Muslim, for example, and you are trying to studying abroad in the Turkey, which is secular Muslim, for example, you should be tolerant from the Muslim that is not wearing hijab, for example, because yeah, there is the education that you should get if you are trying to study abroad. And also the fourth is intercultural understanding, which means you also should try to understand another country culture, for example, because yeah, everywhere you will go, there will be new culture that you will be see, right? And the fifth is understanding academic commitment and career development. So yeah, your first mission, your first purpose to studying abroad is to improve your academic commitment, right? It also will impact to your development career in the future. So you should not lose your own opportunity when studying abroad. You should also you should be diligent, for example, in the classroom, to be active in the classroom, to maximize your own potential when you are studying abroad, right? And the second is development of critical thinking and creativity. So as I have referred before, the studying abroad also will improve your own critical thinking and creativity. Why? Always creative thinking and critical thinking, because critical thinking and creative thinking are interwoven, are connected, and always become unite. And that is the intellectual traits essential for critical thinking are interdependent. Why? Because in if you are facing the problems that you should be think critically, you also need to solve the problem creatively. It also will enhance your own critical thinking and your own creative thinking. And the third is the importance of fostering cosmopolitanism. So yeah, the definition of cosmopolitanism is the idea that all humans in this world are same and in one community, which means you are part of the global community. You are part of this kind of world community. There is no any differentiation between one community to the another community if you are trying to understand this kind of idea of cosmopolitanism. So why the studying abroad will help you to become the society of the world, the people's community of the world. Because yeah, study abroad help in cultivating or growing individual who possess cosmopolitan virtue, such as concern for other and respect for differences, for example, to be tolerance with the differences, with any racial differences, religion differences, idea differences, for example, along with commitment to universal truth, tolerance, pluralism, and fallibilism, which mean your idea will become universal if you are trying to become the as the part of global, as the community of the world. And the last analysis is there are three proposals to ensure intellectual growth. There are three principles that the foreigners should adopt this kind of principle to ensure that their intellectual become growth when they are studying abroad, to maximize their potential for studying abroad. For the first is the foreigners should think that studying abroad is a part of educational program. They should not think that studying abroad is only like walking around, like hanging out, so that the academic will be ruined, for example. Not like that. So studying abroad is a part of educational program. Why? Because studying, you should maximize your own potential in another country. Because I believe that a lot of people that from Indonesia that want to try to study abroad is the main purpose is wanted to pursue the best educational university, right? Because yeah, as we know that the greatest or the quality of education in Indonesia is not as high as America, for example, Germany, for example, Japan, for example. And the second is structuring study abroad experiences to encourage cultural adaptation. So the foreigners should create the work frame or create their own of experiences to adapt their cultural adaptation, because you are in different countries, so you have different culture. And the third is implementing inquiry and assessment method for study abroad program to ensure their effectiveness, which means you also should doing some evaluation to evaluate yourself to study abroad, so that you will be upgrade yourself time by time. So moving to closing, which means this is my own personal comment about this kind of article. Yeah, I agree that studying abroad contributes so much for critical thinking and creative thinking. Not only that, but also it also contributive to our own country. Whereas, as we know, if you are one studying abroad, which means you have the higher quality of education in your brain, which means if you want to going back to Indonesia, you will be beneficial. You will be as gold as valuable as gold if you are going to Indonesia as the developing country. You can develop your own country by studying abroad to the advanced country, for example. So also my own experiences to so I have many friends that is studying abroad, right? So one of my friend, the name is Maulana. He is studying in University of California, Berkeley, United States of America. So I think I have so many intellectual gap between me and him because yeah, I only like Mariana Strait, and also he's like Himalaya Hill. So many intellectual gap between me and him. He also has more references, more literature, more explanation that almost I cannot understand but him because yeah, he is study in the best one of the best university in the world, right? So I think if you try to study abroad, you also will create your own critical thinking more and more rather than in Indonesia itself. So moving to my further action. So yeah, I will tell you. I have to a plan to register Indonesia International Student Mobility Award or ISMA. So actually, I wanna try to register to university in Japan because I'm curious to Japan, right? So in the locus of education itself, I'm curious why Japan become more advanced in the education rather than another country after Japan lost in World War II. As we know that America already bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki with atomic bomb, right? Which means it also lost the moral of the society in Japan at that time. But by years, Japan actually can revive for their loss fastly. And then Japan also become advanced country. So I'm curious and I want to study about how Japan can become the advanced country in very short time. So yeah, maybe that's all from me. Thank you so much for your nice attention with your nice intention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.